Dragonfly is a Gerstlauer family coaster at Duinrell. This layout has been cloned twice, but the later installations do not have the power of the original. That is why I think this is a strong case as the best family coaster in the Netherlands. I will explain why in this review. Gerstlauer and Duinrell opened Falcon in 2009. This was a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. Due to Duinrell's location in a forest near a village, any new addition faced strict opposition from locals with regards to environmental, visual, and audio impact. But the park and manufacturer finally found a way to get approval. When the park wanted to build a new family coaster, they returned to Gerstlauer once again given their familiarity. And in 2012, they opened Dragonfly. This was one of Gerstlauer's first family coasters. They built one way back in 1999, but the model received a resurgence in popularity in the 2010s. As with Falcon and a majority of this park's thrill rides, Dragonfly was placed in the back section of the park. This is because this is the furthest point from the village. This mitigates the auditory and visual impact, especially with all the tree coverage. This does make the coaster hard to spot unless you're right on top of it, as the brown track blends in with the tree trunks. But again, that is deliberate, and it works given this park's natural feel. The most visually appealing element is the final helix, which wraps around a garden. And there's also a little observation area in the center of the element as a bonus. The outdoor queue consists of some tight switchbacks, but the indoor portion is a lot more interesting. You have these large banners from the ceiling showing graphics and information about dragonflies. I visited on a summer weekday with a lot of school groups in attendance. I was able to ride twice with no wait shortly after opening. After that first hour though, this ride had a full queue. Fortunately, that queue only holds about 20 minutes worth of people. The ride operates with just one train, but it is long at least. It has 12 rows of 2, so it holds a max of 24 riders. It also helps this ride as a quick cycle time, and the lone staff member working the ride could quickly check restraints and dispatch trains. Once in the station, you are free to wait for any row you'd like. Because of how narrow the station is, it was never more than just a 1 or 2 train wait for any row. I preferred this coaster in the back because the laterals were superior there. If you have a young kid who is apprehensive, I would try to sit more towards the middle where the forces are not as extreme. Riders are secured by L-shaped lap bars. These can be found on a lot of the Gerstlauer family coasters. These are comfortable. The trains do not have a ton of legroom though, so keep that in mind if you're on the taller side. Once secure, you turn out of the station. You then ascend a 49-foot or 15-meter tall lift hill. This ride uses a chain lift to haul trains to the top, which makes it less susceptible to downtime and rainy conditions unlike booster tire lifts. And this is a big help because there's quite a bit of rain in the Netherlands. You cannot see too far beyond the ride itself during the lift due to all the tree coverage, but you do get a nice overview of Dragonfly's layout at least. Once at the top, there is a curved drop to the left. This narrowly avoids some trees and ducks underneath the track. Then those in back get decent laterals and whip as well. Next is a bank turn to the right. This too comes darn close to trees. Up front, you get solid laterals as you're pushed into the element. In back, you get okay laterals and some pull coming out of it. This is immediately followed by a banked left turn. This feels identical to the prior one in the back, but is devoid of any laterals up front this time around. This is followed by back-to-back S-hills. This is easily the highlight of the ride for me. The first one has some G's and laterals and the valleys for all. Then if you're in the back, you are really thrown over this element, and you get a genuinely good pop of airtime. It is shocking for a ride of this scale. The second S-hill delivers a similar pop of airtime, this time for those in front, along with okay laterals. Those in back miss out on the airtime, but they instead get great laterals coming down. This leads directly into a low turn to the right. This scrapes against the grass and some shrubs, while also exerting some respectable positive Gs. You then rise upwards for a downwards helix. The entry is a noticeable lateral jolt. The lats are good up front and solid in the back. Then the helix itself is okay positive Gs. You then jump upwards into the brakes, getting a decent pop of airtime in front. The train then returns to the station, ending the 1,184 foot or 360 meter long experience. While that track duration is not super long, the ride feels complete to me. In terms of smoothness, this ride tracks flawlessly. While Gerstlauers can be hit or miss in this department, their family coasters typically are smooth. Then in terms of pacing, this is very good for a family coaster. While the max speed is not too notable, the elements all deliver some kind of force. What would I rate Dragonfly? I would give this coaster an 8 out of 10. This is a great family coaster. I love this ride's wooded setting and the mix of forces. None of the elements are excessive for a family coaster, but they all do something interesting, whether it be laterals, positive Gs, or airtime. This ride does not have any gimmicks like a lot of the other modern family coasters out there. A lot of them, particularly the ones from Gerstlauer, now feature launches, backward sections, and switchbacks. Dragonfly is a simple but quality attraction. This layout has gone to be known as the 360 meter layout, and it has been built an additional 2 times. One is Cobra des Amun Ra Belantis in Germany. This opened in 2015. The other is Family Coaster Land of Legends in Turkey. This opened in 2018. While all 3 layouts are statistically identical, and they appear to look the same, the later 2 do not have the same power as Dragonfly. Cobra has superior theming during the queue line, then Cobra and Family Coaster, the laterals are almost as good as those on Dragonfly, but those coasters lack the airtime pops. I'm not exactly sure why. If you're wondering about the conditions, I experienced all 3 rides with full trains. If anything, Dragonfly was ridden in less optimal conditions. I rode that one earlier in the day. I experienced Cobra and Family Coaster later in the day, on warmer days no less. Typically, rides run faster on warmer days and later in the operating day. Dragonfly ended up being my favorite coaster at Duinrell, which I was not expecting. I would have thought it would have been the larger, more thrilling Falcon, especially since I had ridden clones of Dragonfly earlier that were not as good as Falcon. While Falcon has 2 moments better than anything on Dragonfly, Dragonfly offers a better paced and far more re-rideable layout. This is a lovely family coaster that works so well for the park, and I am not surprised that Gerstlauer is able to build this layout a few other times elsewhere. Those are my thoughts on Dragonfly at Duinrell. What are your thoughts on this coaster? Do you like it as much as me? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.